Right, we are here after day 4 of the fourth and the penultimate test of the Border Gavaskar Trophy between India and Australia. We are here in front of the MCG. This is a park, a nice setting, and as you can see, the sun is right on my face. It's been that kind of a day, very sunny, hot day, and some intense test cricket. That's what we have had so far, and yet we are exactly where we were. You know, last night, Australia are still ahead in the match, but for briefly for 2 sessions, India seemed like they were going to come back, they were going to gain control, and they were going to run away with it. However, as it has been the case throughout the series, India let go of the momentum. India let the lower order uh, capitalize, and now Australia are 228 for 9. They have a 333 run lead, and an exciting day for Test cricket. Honestly, going into the fifth day of the Boxing Day Test match, already records have been shattered in terms of the crowd that's attended the Melbourne Cricket Ground for a Boxing Day Test match. So far, it's been close to 290,000. Another 45,000 today already. It had been 250,000, 80,000 each day. So if another 50,000 people come, that's going to be an all-time record at this venue, historic venue. But for now, let's dive into what happened on day 4 of this test match in this episode of Diaries from Down Under. Let's start with how it all unfolded. Nitish Reddy came in and then he lasted for a while but did not long. 369 all out. India conceding a 105 run lead to Australia, but there was something that's happening today on that pitch. Manas Labuschagne said that the bounce has gone up and down, and because of that, the balls are skidding off and hitting the stumps more than what probably did during the first couple of days. But clearly, there was something that's going on because India were breathing fire. India were switched on. They were intense. They were on the field. They were not letting any run go for the first 20-25 overs. The Australia could barely manage past 202.5 runs per over, and this pressure only helped to take those wickets. It started with Jasprit Bumrah versus Sam Constas Brown 2, and this time, of course, the winner was Jasprit Bumrah, an inducker that came in and cleaned up the youngster. And as you can see, Bumrah remembered what happened in the first innings and he had a bit of celebration as well. But more than what Bumrah did, what was pleasing to see was the way Shiraj and Akashdeep bowled. Perhaps for the first time since Perth, they backed him up. They built the pressure, sustained it for prolonged period of times, at least for the first couple of sessions. Siraj got the wicket of Usman Khwaja, and then of course Steve Smith kind of threw it away, chasing a wide delivery, but India kept at it. India made sure the pressure was building on, and then Bumrah came back. When he came back for his probably fourth, fifth spell, not sure. He bowled way too many today, uh, and then he picked up 3 wickets in a span of 2-3 overs, and Australia was 6 down. The lead was less than 200. India smelled a chance. India smelled a chance to come back. However, Marnus Labuschagne, joined by Pat Cummins, negotiated the risk of Bumrah. He farmed strike. He barely let Cummins, and mind you, this is Cummins we are talking about, one of the most capable of all-rounders around in this particular format. He barely let Cummins face Bumrah. That's how lethal Bumrah was. And then, of course, he got to a 50, and they took them to tea. And then um, the third session is where India kind of let go of the momentum. Bumrah, at one point, Bumrah had to stop saying "Bas ya Rabi," because he had 23 overs. He had bowled. He was on his eighth spell. Imagine him bowling 25, 26 overs, 23 overs in a 70 over. Despite India playing six bowling options, Nitish Reddy barely bowled. Washington Sundar barely bowled. But which is probably why, despite all the batting performance from the two youngsters, there have been questions over their selections because of what it does to the balance. How India have been able to utilize their bowling resources to get those 20 wickets they need to win a test match. That's something India have not been able to do since Perth as well. But here once again it was just Bumrah, 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 Bumrah. Probably for the first time since I don't remember the last time when the crowd was egging on and cheering on and adored and fast bowler from India as Bumrah has become this generational national treasure, and he's probably the fast bowling equivalent of what Sachin Tendulkar was for Indian cricket. Imagine He's taken 29 wickets. 29 wickets in uh, what? This is the fourth match, and one match Australia barely batted and won by 10 wickets in Adelaide. But so it's been 7 innings, 29 wickets, two fifers, three fourers, and he still has a chance to take one more fifer because Australia are still 9 down and they still have a wicket to lose. He almost took it in the last over. The second new ball had been taken. He once again brought himself on. He almost took it. The Nathan line was caught in the slips by KL Rahul, but Bumrah had overstepped, and it all only fittingly ended in a drama where India dropped 4 catches through the day, Jaiswal dropping 3 of them, and that did not make Rohit Sharma happy. But one of the interesting aspects of the day and how it went was how much Virat Kohli was involved in the proceedings, whether it's field placements or calming down a bowler or constantly being at the ear of Rohit Sharma. The former captain was involved. He wanted to get some action, and of course, whenever a wicket fell, the camera was panned to him, and he knows how to play to the crowd. He knows how to play to the camera, and celebrations and aggressions came out. What could have been a very, very, very pleasing day for India ended in another long, tiring, frustrating fashion. 333 is the lead right now. Australia are 228 for 9. Nathan Lyon and Scott Boland added more than 50 runs for the last wicket partnership, and that's something that has to sting. This 333 lead is more than what India chased in Brisbane 3 years ago, and as Manas explained after the match, that pitch was much flatter than what this pitch has been. There's been this pitch had seen movement, which was more on day 4, which was more than what it was the first couple of days. And if India were able to make the most of it, imagine what Pat Cummins and Scott Boland and Mr. Stark can do, and that's something India will have to handle very, very cautiously in terms of how they are going to approach its chase as and when the wicket falls or Australia declares. But how long are they going to bat? Will they be looking for a draw? A lot of suspense awaits in the 5th day of this particular Boxing Day Test match. By and large, in the larger scheme of things, it all only makes the final test exciting, the prospect of the test match in Sydney. But of course, the weather there, at this point at least, seems to have a lot of rain forecast as well. Both teams would want to go into Sydney, sealing this victory here in Melbourne, making sure they do not lose the series going into the Sydney Test. At this point in time, Australia have a marginal, very, very high chance of getting that result in their favour. However, this is Test cricket, you never know what's going to happen, and we will be here to tell you what happened after day 5 as well. For now, another exciting day of Test cricket here at the MCG. The atmosphere has been great, India's fast bowling has been great, Bumrah, of course, has been doing Bumrah. And before signing off, I just wanted to mention that he averages 14 this series, 14 since his comeback. He strikes 31 balls every 31 balls since he came back from injury. Bumrah. And before signing off, I just wanted to mention that he averages 14 this series, 14 since his comeback. He strikes 31 balls every 31 balls since he came back from injury in Test cricket, and he became first and perhaps the only bowler to get to 200 Test wickets at an average less than 20. And that sums up what Bumrah has been for this generation of not just Indian cricket but fast bowling in general. On that note, on that positive note, I'll sign off here. We'll be back here after day 5. Until then, stay tuned. Thank you so much.